Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Technosham TV. As I mentioned in one of my previous videos, I used to be completely dedicated to PC gaming. One of my friends helped me put together a really nice custom build, and that build was able to really run anything. It was top of the line for that time, which was about 4 years ago. Rather than take full advantage of such a nice custom build, I picked one game and I stuck with that game. Final Fantasy Realm Reborn. I do what I want. The reason why I'm sharing all of this information with you guys is because my recent change in gaming platform gave impetus to this YouTube channel. That being the case, I am relatively new to the PlayStation 4. I took a long break from consoles, but I'm back! Yay! The last 6 months have been a long period of trial and error with tons of games that many of you guys have probably already mastered. So what's super exciting is that next week at E3, a lot of the games I'm looking forward to hearing more about are direct sequels to games I'm still trying to get through. I mean, we can talk about Destiny 2, we can talk about Last of Us 2, we can talk about Battlefront 2, we can talk about God of War 2, nope. God of War, but instead, I want to talk about 3 games that are not likely to be released anytime soon, but I'm hoping that maybe Sony will say something about them next week at E3. So let's get into that. Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Crystal Dynamics have done an amazing job at rebooting the Tomb Raider franchise, introducing it to a whole new generation of people. Around winter of last year, news broke that a title for this next step in the franchise had seemingly been revealed in Montreal, that title being Shadow of the Tomb Raider. About a month ago, it was more or less confirmed that we wouldn't be seeing anything about Tomb Raider at this year's E3. So, does that mean that we're not gonna get the Shadow of Tomb Raider in 2017? It's reasonable to assume that a release date for the next Tomb Raider game might coincide with the release of the live-action reboot starring Alicia Vikander. That movie, which we don't know a ton about right now, is slated to release March 16th of 2018. So we'll see. One thing that you guys are going to hear a lot about on this channel is Star Wars, because I love Star Wars. I love Star Wars. How about that untitled EA Visceral Star Wars collabo? In 2016, a very brief 8-second clip of this untitled Star Wars game premiered at E3. I have never been so excited to see someone walk out of Mos Eisley. With Star Wars Battlefront 2 being the obvious Star Wars related candidate to showcase at this year's E3, I really want to hear more about this untitled Star Wars project. Speculation is that this game might be open world, and I love that. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't the last open world Star Wars game that we had Star Wars Galaxies in 2003? And I'm not counting Old Republic, not counting that game. Perhaps best of all is that Amy Hennig, who so wonderfully wrote and directed the Uncharted series, is working on this game. Last year's Rogue One movie offered us a darker and grittier perspective of the rebellion, which a lot of people thought was really cool, myself included. But think about this. How exciting would it be if we could capture some of that feel, some of that environment in a Star Wars game? I mean, much of that was foreshadowed with Star Wars 1313, but unfortunately that game was cut when Disney acquired Star Wars and subsequently cut pretty much all production at LucasArts. This news came about 6 months after Disney acquired Lucasfilm, so maybe they just wanted to pool all of their resources into making those new Star Wars movies that we love so much. I guess we can't be too mad then. Last but not least is Death Stranding. If you haven't already heard about it, Death Stranding is the ominous new title from super mega amazing talented Hideo Kojima. I won't even try to decipher all of the clues that have been dropped relating to this game, because knowing Kojima, everything we think we know is probably going to be flipped on its side before this game even gets close to hitting shelves. What is known thus far is that actors Norman Reedus, Mads Mikkelsen, director Guillermo del Toro, and a baby are somehow involved. The first 2 acts of Kojima's last game, Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain, were so dang cool and awesome and weird and cool, and this game looks no different. Not to mention, Kojima has very good taste in music. Can any of us forget the song that was used in the announcement trailer for Death Stranding last year at E3? It was from the band Low Roar. I think it's called I'll Keep Coming. Man, that song is good. All that being said, what are the things that you are looking forward to at next week's E3. Are you gonna be there? That's cool. I will not be there, unfortunately, and it's sad because this is the first year that E3 has opened their doors to the public. But Sony has set up the E3 experience, which is going to be popping up at multiple cinemas across the country next week. So I will be there Tuesday night to see the Sony press conference, and we'll try and have a video up by Wednesday evening at the very, very latest, discussing everything that was revealed. You guys, thanks as always for your support and watching. If you liked what you saw, please do leave a like below and subscribe to the channel for more movie and news content here on Technosham TV. Until next time, see ya!